Oh, hi. Oh, I'm good, thank you. How are you? Oh, lovely. I haven't seen you here before. Are you new? You are? Oh, great. So I guess you'd be wanting a library card today. Okay. Do you have any form of ID with you at all? Great. Thank you very much. It definitely looks like you. I'll just make you a card. It's really simple. So your name, and date of birth, and is that your current address? Oh, it's on the back. Okay. Here it is. Okay. So okay. So do you mind if we take a wee photo of you? Okay, great. Just get my phone here, and if you can look at me. Okay, just going to get up straight, so just smile for me. Lovely, we might just do another one just a little bit closer, okay? Okay, so you can smile in it, that's fine. Great. Wonderful, so I'll just tap that into our system. Should be up there now, and it is. Okay, I think that's it. I'll give you this card back here. There you go. And make sure that's come out properly. It works. Now this one here is just a temporary card, okay? Because it needs to process for a couple of days and then we'll send it out to your address, okay? Right. So just your number here is quite long at the moment, so it goes through the system, but I'm actually going to put it through on your number. So 7052 100 089 14800, and I'll give you that. You might want to get one of the wee books that we have around here. Now we store lots of different things. We store CDs, DVDs, so not just books, we'd study ebooks as well. And lots of books. Now we've actually just come in with quite a number of books that have just landed here from a different library across the state. So I can show you any of those if you like. Lovely. Okay. I love this part of my job. I just really love reading. And now some of these might not take your fancy, but you know, you can decide that for yourself. So the first one that I have is actually a dictionary. We have 2 dictionaries that just come in, but this one's actually German to English and English to German. So it's quite a big book as well. It's just sort of plain blue. It's quite secretive, but it does have the writing on top of here. And it just comes with lots of words. So the first part is English to German, and I think it's aged quite nicely as well, because it's, it's got that nice browny, mappy, historic kind of look to it, but it's also, it looks brand new as well. There's no creases or anything in it, so it does tell you a wee bit about preface to the 6th revised edition and so on, and it was first published in 1884. Can you believe that? It's just got your wee words in it, so it's quite a beautiful book, especially if you're into learning languages. The German language is such a beautiful language. I think all languages are great, I guess. So is this wee book here if you're interested. Now our other wee book dictionary is just a basic Oxford dictionary, and that's just a wee one. It's got a bit of wear and tear, and also just a bit of roughness around here in the edges, but we are a library and you expect that. And don't know if you need reading glasses at all. Well, anyway, if you do, you might want to use them in this, because again, they are quite small, but fascinating words in here you've never heard of. And it's got over 50,000 definitions and full notes on pronunciation and correct usage. So I think this little guide here is just great for the wee user. So it's really just, it's perfect. Now, do you like Stephen King at all? Lovely. I should hope everybody likes him. He's a great writer. He's wrote many things. A couple of my favourite books have come in, actually. There's 3 that have come in here. The first one is actually my favourite Stephen King book, and that is Stephen King's Thinner, which is this wee book here. It's actually about an old gypsy man, and he sort of whispers a word to this man, and obviously gypsies, curses and things like that, curses him, and is actually quite overweight, and he ends up losing weight, and he can still eat as much as he wants, but that's the curse. I'm not going to ruin it for you, but also it is quite small writing as well. But it's such a great wee book. I definitely think it's good to start off with this if you like Stephen King and you've never read it before, because it's sort of light reading compared to his other books. So definitely go for that one if you wanted to. The next Stephen King book is great. They did a movie adaptation with Tom Hanks in it, and that's Stephen King's The Green Mile. It's such a beautiful story. It absolutely made me ponder and cry, and I just cried like a wee ween, It's such a beautiful story. So same again, it's a tragic story as well. I'll let you read all of this at the bottom, but honestly this is probably one of his best books in my opinion. The story's beautiful, the movie was beautiful as well, and it's funny in some parts as well. You got the wee mouse in there too, Mr. Jingles, so I will let you read that too. I really recommend that. So there's that wee book too. Yes, well, you can take this out for, I guess, the maximum one is about 5 months. Yeah, 5 months you can take this out for, but if you go, if you're bordering along the 5 months, it's not good really, because you can get penalties for keeping the books, because we've got it all in our system, and things like that. Something you should be worried about, which I'll tell you at the end when I've shown you all of these books, so you can go and ponder at whatever you like. Now, the last of the Stephen King book, we've actually got a lot more in this section. We've got It, Doctor Sleep. What else do we have? Oh, we have a few of his books. What have I said? It, Doctor Sleep, The Shining as well. That's a really good book. But another great book here is Misery, and I don't know if you've actually seen the movie at all, but the Misery book is so much gorier, like completely gory. You know the bit when he gets on, when he's in the bed and she gets the hammer and whacks his feet, and you know how his foot just like plonks, and breaks. I shouldn't be laughing, but it was really gory. But this is just a really good book. Very gory. Again, it looks brand new. It's a hardback as well. So Misery Part 2. Writing does not cause misery, it is born of misery. Creepy saying, don't you think? So there is, how many pages do we have here? We have, might be a little bit going, 320 pages. I've got a little bit about it here. If you've never sort of looked at books before, you can either have it on the back page, no Symphonofis. You can have it on here, which is that one here, and then just on the back as well. So you've got Stephen King here as well, in his younger days. So yeah, I'm really glad these books have come in. I might actually take a couple of these out myself if you don't. But you can't go wrong with Stephen King. Now, the next book I have here is it's actually quite an old book actually, I think. It's for us exploring Scotland. Even though we're in Scotland now, there's so many beautiful places that you haven't visited. And this tells you a lot of places. You've still got your wee normal places like Edinburgh, Glasgow, or Glasgow. There's lots of different places here. You can go to Tobermory, Mull, Skye, Aberdeen. But this sort of shows you every place around Scotland, I guess, and it gives you a little bit of the raw history as well. Maybe I can read it to you one time if you'd like. I do sort of classes every once in a while, for children mostly, but a lot of adults come. Thinking about actually doing some adult sessions maybe. So there's this as well. And shopping centre, Scottish goods, speciality shops, main shopping areas. That's if you're into the sort of shopping areas. But it tells you more about the history. So you've got Dunrobin Castle in Golspie, Sutherland. So violence in the glens, the improving landlords, a short-lived prosperity. Who were the Jacobites? So that's just a lovely wee book. You've got what to see, extraordinary coverage of history and culture, itineraries, walks and excursions on and off the beaten path of architecture and art. There's where to stay, quick tips in every price range, where to eat, savvy picks for all budgets, and the basics are getting there, getting around, when to go and what to pack. So if you fancy going around Scotland, I'd probably recommend this book. Yeah, of course, you'd like it. Oh, great. I've put it there for now. You might want a couple of other ones that I'm going to show you. So I don't know if you're into Vikings at all. Yeah, I watched the show. It's great, isn't it? Oh, exactly. Oh, well, that's great if you have watched the show. If you're interested, this has just come in. This is brand new, actually. I don't know who ordered it. I thought there was a wee page in there then. No, just a wee bit bigger. So this is the Sagas of Ragnar Lodbrok, and it's also translated by Ben Wagner, so you know it's in a different wee language and it's been translated. This tells you all about Ragnar Lodbrok, or Lothbrok, it depends what you want to call him. I say Lothbrok, but there's Lodbrok as well. And this tells you all about his family history, so the wives that he had, like Lagatha, and all the sons he had, obviously with different women as well. So this book's really, I haven't read it actually, but I've heard about it and I've heard it's got full of rich history. So I think that's a good wee one to have as well, definitely. So I'll put that there, and also if you are interested in actual really good Viking history, we also have The History of Vikings by Gwen Jones. Now this comes with wee sort of pictures and maps as well, and so it's a compelling narrative that treats the Viking realms of Denmark, Sweden and Norway in their civilization and culture and their many-sided achievements at home and abroad. So it examines the development of the northern peoples, or the Nordmen, and I guess it tells you all about the weapons as well that they had, and you know, the boats and all the architecture of it, which is really fascinating. So there is that as well, and we've got just a couple of more now. Don't know if this one would interest you either. This is if you're suffering from anxiety or panic attacks. This is a lovely wee read. I actually read this and it helped quite a bit. It's called When Panic Attacks. So it's a new drug-free anxiety therapy that can change your life, and it actually just makes you realise a lot of things, I guess. And you can also draw in here, so it shows people's emotions as well. So this one's, for example, says Masha's daily mood log, and it just, you know, emotions: sad, anxious, guilty, ashamed, inadequate, incontinent, lonely, embarrassed, discouraged, stuck, irritated, overwhelmed, all those nasty negative thoughts. But this tells you a lot, and it lets you write in it, so there's lots of tables and chances to write. So it is a really nice read if you are suffering from a mental health and you don't want to go medication wise. This is really a good book to look at. The last book here is it's Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, the illustrated edition, and I actually just heard that they're bringing out the Chamber of Secrets edition, and I'm so excited. I've read all this book. I'm so excited for the Chamber of Secrets. So that's the Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone illustrated book, and this comes with such beautiful illustrations, and it's the whole book, the whole story. Do you like Harry Potter? You do? That's really good. I don't mind if you didn't. It's still really good to search through. So you've got empty wee pages here. And you just look at that. I was going to say the Pole Express, but it's not. It's the Hogwarts Express, and that maybe that's Hedwig. He's not really, because Hedwig's white. Oh, just beautiful illustrations. In chapter 7, the sorting hat. And look at that dude. I wonder who that is. So Oh, look at that, it's so beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. How beautiful is that? So that's all the books that have come in at the moment. So, do you want any of them? Oh, you want the Harry Potter, but you can take 5 out at a time. Okay, so you take the Harry Potter. What else would you like? Misery. Okay. Get that out. And the Green Mile. Okay. And that's it for now. Okay, well, I'll pop this through for you, okay? So take your library card back. I'll pop this through now and you can explore and have a look around if you like. Okay? Wonderful. Okay then. Well, I'll put those there and I hope you have a really nice look around. There's really nice quiet spots if you want to have a gander at anything. Wonderful. Okay, well, I shall see you soon then.